Hey everyone, Marty here, rolling with this. It's always kind of funny to me. There's 5 people in the house right now, and so finding the quiet space to do these videos can often be interesting. But it's all good. I'm back here in the room, and so here we go. So Beth, this is such a good one. I mean, they all are. The other thing actually I want to say is there are so many good posts for this 21 days. So today's day 10. So then there'll be 11 days left after this. So if you posted something and it doesn't actually end up in this 21 days, I will post videos on them. So you will get videos. So just look for those, and I'll tag your names if you posted something so that you know it helps you find them easily. So this one about, I'll never get started. It's really never going to happen for me if we think about losing weight or say getting healthy or freeing ourselves from emotional eating. That feeling like, it's never really going to happen for me. I just think back to that for myself. I spent 18 years trapped. That's how I felt, trapped. I still can feel trapped in my life. So I want that said, is I go into spaces about different things where I feel trapped. So what I find is a core issue for us can move. It can move. So say, and this is not meant to be discouraging at all. It's actually meant to be like enlightening, like, oh wow, I have this trapped feeling. And what if we can start to accept the part of us that may always feel this way, that gets activated here and there. The thing that I've noticed in myself is it doesn't last as long. Hey, Carrie, I'm better able to manage it when it does happen. But just to know that there's times I'm like circling the drain and I'm like, oh God, I'm going to sink. But the key now is, even in those moments of hopelessness, that I know I have a tool. These are thoughts, and I am not my thoughts, even though it feels that way. And to start to learn to separate. That's why I find this so helpful to go, who's running my show right now? Typically, if you have a really strong emotional charge, like really strong emotional charge or an emotional charge, it's your little kid. That little kid in you is running your show. They're in the terror and fear and the not deservingness, and this is never going to happen for me. That hopeless feeling. Again, that when you hear that voice that's like, you'll never make it. Who do you think you are? It's never going to happen for you. That's the bully. And then when you ask yourself the question, who's running my show right now? That starts to create the separation between you and the emotion, because the person that's asking the question is your adult self, say your healthy adult self, the more functional part of you. It's more the curious part of you, like, who's running my show right now? Who's active right now? That has helped me so much. Sometimes when you're in the thick of the emotion, you're not going to remember to do that, and you're going to circle the drain and be going. But even after the fact, if you're like, oh yeah, God, my kid was running my show there, that alone helps. It's why it's so important to find the win in all of it. So this idea of just, it's never going to change for me. I'm never really going to get started here. Excuse me. It's never going to happen. It would have happened by now, if it would have happened, all those feelings. And then the belief that we don't deserve to get the things that we want in life, whatever they are, be it a healthy, thin, vibrant body, be it whatever it is for you. I don't deserve it. Excuse me. So think about, say this out loud right now. I don't deserve this. Sorry, I'm going to have to get a drink of water. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this. Call to mind whatever it is for you. I'm going to cough again. Sorry, guys. I'm going to cough probably again. I don't deserve this to happen. I don't deserve this to change for me. and see what comes up around that. I think that's the last one. Let's hope. You don't need a tapping video where I'm coughing through the whole thing. Okay. So I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this in my life. And rate it. And it may or may not have a charge. 10 is it's totally true. I don't deserve it. 0, not at all. And see if there's a rating. Now this one may have more. This is never going to change for me. Never going to change for me. And if you don't have any sort of rating, you can sink into your body, take a breath, blow it out, sink into your body, and pay attention to what happens in your body. I don't deserve it. And where does it show up in your body? It's never going to happen for me. It's never going to change for me. Mine's always in my throat. Like my throat is the place it goes. So pay it to sometimes it's really right here for me, typically. Sometimes it's down here, but it's mostly up here. So just tune in. Karate chop. Even though this is never going to change for me, I'm never really going to get started on this. Who am I kidding? I have started this more times than I can count. It's that elusive finish line that I never cross over. I choose to honor my feelings now, even though I've given up. And I'm right to give up. Because nothing will change for me. And I'm totally tired of trying. Because what's the point? I accept myself anyway now. This is never going to happen for me. It would have by now. I've tried and failed so many times. So I'm best off giving up. Because every time I try again and then fail, I'm just mounting more and more evidence that I don't have what it takes, that this is never going to change for me. So what is the point? I don't deserve for it to change. Because if I did, it would have changed by now. I don't deserve to be happy. Deserve to be at peace. Because I'm pretty sure I got the messaging loud and clear. You have to suffer. You have to struggle. You have to earn it. You have to earn it. So I've been on this treadmill for decades of trying to earn my redemption, trying to earn my salvation, trying to earn my freedom, trying to earn my deservedness. And I still don't feel it. So clearly trying to earn my deservingness, it's not working. What if just what if it's possible that I do deserve everything I desire? What if somehow, some way, I got wired backwards like everybody else, and those that raised me, that I have to earn and suffer and struggle to deserve the things I want, to deserve to feel happy, healthy, comfortable in my body, comfortable in my life. But once again, I've been trying this my whole life. It's like there's this magical finish line that always moves, that I can never cross over. So what if? Just what if? It's not about deserving. It's not about earning. What if it's possible? All the ducks are flying in the wrong direction. What if we've all been brainwashed to believe that life is about suffering and struggling in order to be deserving? And what if that's not true? What if it's possible that that's not true at all? Because it kind of stands to reason. I have tried anything and everything to get this to change, to feel worthy and deserving. But what if there's a wiring going on here that actually tells me I'm never really going to deserve it? And what if that is a lie that feels so much like a truth, but it's still a lie? I don't deserve it. Yeah, I do. I don't deserve it. What if I do? I don't deserve to be happy, to be healthy, to be free. What if I do? I don't deserve it. I do deserve it. I don't deserve to be healthy. Yes, I do. I don't deserve to be happy. Sorry. Yes, I do. I don't deserve to be healthy. Yes, I do. I got taught a lot of lies that feel like truths. Like I should be punished the rest of my life. And what if, regardless how it feels right now, I can just entertain the idea that that is not true at all? What if I can wake up and remember that I deserve to be happy, to feel freedom, to feel healthy, to feel good in my body, to feel good about myself. And what if I can get there a little more each and every day? I like that idea a lot, whether I believe it yet or not. But I like the idea that I can get there a little more every time I deal with this. And before I know it, I'm starting to notice I feel better. And things are starting to change. I like entertaining this idea a lot. And take a breath. Blow it out. It's funny, I was thinking about this yesterday and even this morning. With my background, with my religious upbringing in Catholicism, which I talk about a lot here, this idea of punishment was huge, just huge. And, that we're born needing to be baptized, which I've talked about before. We're born with original sin on us. And regardless of anyone's beliefs on here, I'm not here to change your beliefs. The thing that when I really started thinking about that, I was like, when I was younger and I started to change my ideas, I was like, wow, that's just so, it's not true. Yet, there's a difference between intellectually believing it and emotionally feeling it. And what I think happens for many of us is we grow up, we start to maybe question some beliefs, and then we start to go, I don't think that's really true, but we're still not caught up with that emotionally. And that's the thing with tapping, that you can go, there's this part of me that still believes I don't deserve this. There's this part of me that still thinks I should suffer and struggle and be punished and all of that. There's this part of me. And that's a really good way to tap on it too. There's this part of me that still believes I don't deserve it. But I'm open to healing this now. I may not know the how of this, but that's okay too. Because I want and desire to be open to the possibility that I can shift this belief, that I can heal and change this. I really love the idea that I do deserve to feel good, to feel loved, to feel healthy, to feel free in my body. I like that idea a lot. And this is where the bridging can come in. I like the idea of that. I like knowing it's possible. Do the argue tapping. I don't deserve it. Yes, I do. I don't deserve it. Yes, I do. Argue tapping trains the brain to follow a negative thought with a positive. Bridging helps bridge the brain into more believability. So let's do one other thing before I hang up. By the way, I want to say hi now. Christine, Tana, Carrie, Dahlia, I'm sorry, Dahlia. I'm just going to go with that. You can spell it phonetically more for me. I'm sure it's much more beautiful than I'm saying it. So happy you're all here. So try this. This is never going to change for me. I like the idea that even if it hasn't changed for me yet, it could change still. Which one of those statements feels better? Try this one. I don't deserve it. I like the idea that I could end up believing I deserve it. Which one feels better? So those are ways when you tap, you can use those statements. You can even write these out with this group I had 2 years ago. We did this thing where every night we would write out bridging statements before we went to bed. You'd take negative statements and then shift them. I like the idea that, I like knowing it could be possible. I like the idea, what if it is possible? Anything like, I love knowing. It's fun to imagine. You can use those different statements. And if you just sit down and write that, it will make a huge difference. And I'll tell you one other story and I'll stop because I could go on forever. I was driving back from Santa Fe a few years ago. I went up to see a girlfriend of mine and she was a bitch buddy. Like, what I mean by that is I forgot that. We would get together and we would just bitch about stuff. So we went to lunch and we were doing the thing we did. We were bitching. And I get on the highway to drive back to Albuquerque and I was like, I feel like shit. And the judgment of self started, and then I caught it immediately. And I was like, of course I would go. I haven't seen her in a long time. And of course I would go do the habit that I know. But isn't it amazing that I caught it? So I actually pulled over on the highway onto the shoulder and I had my journal with me and I started writing out. I love knowing that I caught this. I like the idea that catching it can help me change it. I like the idea that I can learn to do this less and less. I really, and I was doing that. I filled up a page and I'm telling you, my energy went from, oh my God, I feel like shit to I feel great. And I use this instead of beating the crap out of myself, mea culpa, mea culpa. I'm a piece of shit, I'm a piece of shit, I'm a piece of shit, my whip. It was like, I use this opportunity because I caught it to shift it. I cannot tell you how good that felt. That's huge. So hope you found this helpful. I'll quit for now. Christine, Tana, Dahlia, Carrie, whoever else was on here, that's who I can tell is on here. Thanks for always, when you're here live, it's always kind of fun to see people on here, and I love your comments, and thanks, Carrie, for yours. I integrated that, and that sounds very helpful. Oh, great. Awesome. Awesome, Carrie. All right, ladies, much love to all of you. Have a great rest of your day, and my daughter and I are going to make the trek down to Denver, and then off back home tomorrow. Bye for now. Take care.